guys, what's up? It's Evan here, and today we are going to be talking about my personal playoff predictions. These are just solely based off of my own opinion. If there is NBA playoffs in the future, you guys do not have to agree with my opinion, but I would appreciate it if you would leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment. Who are you rooting for in this year's playoffs, and who do you think is going to win the whole finals? Now, first we're going to be starting in the Eastern Conference, and obviously we start off with the number 1 seeded Milwaukee Bucks against the 8 seeded Orlando Magic. Now, as you guys know, the Bucks are the favorites to win the finals thanks to their most likely MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. The reigning MVP has been putting on a show all season long. He is joined by a supporting cast with Chris Middleton along his side, but the Magic have an interesting roster as they have Vucevic, and he's very good, and then they have Aaron Gordon, who's an athletic specimen. But I think that the Bucks will come out on top in this series in a 4-0 sweep. The Magic were able to take a game last year from the top seeded Raptors, but this year I feel like the Bucks will just take the sweep. Now, the next matchup we have is the 2-seeded Toronto Raptors, who people were counting them out this year as they lost Kawhi Leonard in the offseason. And they are going up against the 7-seeded Nets, and I predict that Toronto will win this series in 5 games because Toronto had a huge season from young star Pascal Siakam, who took over, and Kyle Lowry is still showing some veteran age, and these Raptors are very deep. They have a great bench with players such as OG Anunoby and Norman Powell, and this team is very deep, and I think that they can go far, and I believe they will beat the Nets, as the Nets are not completely healthy. Kyrie's been injured a lot. Durant's hurt this season. I just feel like the Raptors will get a 4-1 series win. Now, the Celtics versus the 76ers, 3-seeded Celtics versus 6-seeded Sixers. The Sixers have been a tad bit dysfunctional this year, and they lost 2 of their top shooters in the offseason in Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick. I feel like the Celtics will come up top on this series 4-2 because the Celtics are a good team, and Tatum blossomed this year. Brown is starting to come back to his top form, and Kemba Walker was a great addition for this team. The Sixers have Joel Embiid and Al Horford, but so far Al Horford hasn't been able to continue his play that he once did in Boston. So I feel like the Celtics will win 4-2. The Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers are playing, and I feel like the Pacers will come out on top. The Pacers added Malcolm Brogdon this offseason, and Victor Oladipo is back, and Sabonis was an all-star this year, so I feel like they will come out on top against the Heat. I feel like they're deeper. Even though the Heat are a very good team, they are also very young. So I feel like that the Pacers will come out on top. In the West, we have the Lakers versus the Grizzlies. I think that the Lakers will sweep the Grizzlies. Now, obviously, this could change as some of these teams have not yet clinched the playoffs. But the Grizzlies have young star Ja Morant, but they're still young and have not as much playoff experience as players on the Lakers, such as LeBron James. The 2-seed Clippers versus the 7-seeded Mavericks. My Mavs. And I feel like the Clippers will come out on top in a 4-2 series because Clippers are very deep. My Mavericks are strong, but I feel like the Clippers will come out on top. As much as it hurts me to say, I feel like the Clippers will come out on top. They have a very deep roster and great defense. The Nuggets versus the Rockets are next, and I feel like the Nuggets will win the series, even though the Rockets have so much firepower. Who's going to guard Jokic? They traded Clint Capella. Still a little bit head scratching for me, but because of that, Jokic will be able to take some sort of advantage unless the Rockets can find themselves a center. Who knows what they'll do there. Now, the Jazz and the Thunder are our final matchup here in the first round, and I feel like the Jazz will come out on top, unfortunately, even though for the Thunder, unfortunately, but I know Chris Paul has been having a great season, but in my opinion, the Thunder are happy to be here. And also for the Thunder, even if they don't make it, they are surrounded by like 10 first-round picks because of their trades in the offseason. So honestly, like any win for the Thunder in this point is good. I feel like the Jazz will win the series in 7 games, and I feel like the Nuggets will beat the Rockets in 5 games. Now to our second round matchup. The Bucks, I believe in this case, would be playing the Pacers. not exactly sure. I think the Pacers, yeah. And the Bucks will go up on top in a 5-game win series, and they will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Raptors and Celtics will play against each other, and I feel like the Raptors will win 2 and 1 seed in the East, because I feel like Pascal Siakam can dominate in this series, and the Raptors just have a lot of experience from their title run last season. So in the West, the Lakers will be playing, I believe, in the Jazz. And I believe the Lakers will win this series in 6 games, because the Lakers are just very firepower and they have a ton of experience. The Jazz, meanwhile, they've been in the playoffs but still are pretty young. Donovan Mitchell, So I feel like the Lakers will take this series in 5 or 6. And then the final matchup of the second round will be the Clippers and the Nuggets, and I believe the Clippers will win this series. I think that the Clippers are just a lot deeper of a team. Plus, they are very hungry for their first championship, as are the Nuggets. But still, yeah. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals is the 1 and 2 seed. As I predict in the West and the East, there will be the 1 and 2 seed. The Bucks versus the Raptors, and I feel like the Bucks will come out on top in a 7-game series. Except this time, there will be no Kawhi magic to send the Raptors to the next round. This time, I feel like the Bucks will win. Giannis will take them in 7 games, and in the 7th game in Milwaukee, Giannis will take them home. And in the Western Conference, I feel like the Clippers are going to win the series in 7 games. Very close teams, very interesting. Battle of LA. I feel like the Clippers are just a deeper roster, in my opinion. And the Clippers will take it in 7 games. Kawhi will show up. So now we have my prediction for the NBA Finals is the 2-seeded LA Clippers versus the 1-seeded Milwaukee Bucks. And I believe that it will be the Milwaukee Bucks taking the championship in 7 games, because the Milwaukee Bucks are hungry for that championship. And Giannis and Milwaukee know that if they can't win a championship, he may not stay. But now, I believe the Bucks will win the championship in 6. The Clippers will go down in defeat. And the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion, will be your 2020 NBA champions. So that'll wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.